the flow of human history, brilliant minds have ceaselessly sought answers to the profound questions about the universe and humanity itself. Among the brightest names in the history of ancient Greek philosophy stands Anaxagoras, an extraordinary thinker who opened new horizons in understanding the natural world. What made Anaxagoras so remarkable? What transformed him into a symbol of intellectual enlightenment and timeless wisdom? Let us delve into the journey of thought and legacy of this pioneering philosopher. Anaxagoras was not just a philosopher. He was a trailblazer who broke through the barriers of traditional thinking and championed a shift from mythological beliefs to rationality and empirical observation. Born around 500 BCE in Clazomene, a small city in Asia Minor, Anaxagoras displayed a natural talent and an insatiable passion for unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he rejected explanations rooted in mythology and folklore. Instead, he adopted an approach grounded in reason and scientific inquiry, a daring choice for his time. One of Anaxagoras' most significant contributions was the concept of nous, mind or intellect. He proposed that nous was the primordial cause and the governing force of the cosmos. This idea marked a groundbreaking development in philosophy and laid the groundwork for later thought in theology and science. To Anaxagoras, the universe was not a chaotic random occurrence, but an ordered system governed by a higher intellect. This perspective revolutionized humanity's understanding of the world and inspired later philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. However, the greatness of Anaxagoras was not confined to abstract philosophical ideas. It extended to practical observations and remarkable scientific contributions. He was the first to propose that the moon reflects the sun's light rather than emitting its own. He also provided a rational explanation for solar and lunar eclipses, attributing them to the Earth and Moon's alignment, rather than mythological tales. These observations underscored Anaxagoras' wisdom and paved the way for the advancement of modern astronomy. Furthermore, Anaxagoras introduced the theory of homoiomeres, or infinite divisibility of matter, positing that all substances in the universe are composed of infinite and indivisible parts. While rudimentary, this idea laid the foundation for modern theories of atoms and the structure of matter. For Anaxagoras, everything in the universe contains a portion of everything else, accounting for the diversity and richness of the natural world. Anaxagoras' journey was not without challenges. His revolutionary ideas faced fierce opposition from conservative factions in Athenian society. Accused of impiety and denying the gods, he was ultimately exiled. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Anaxagoras remained steadfast in his beliefs. His story of courage and determination serves as a powerful reminder that to explore new frontiers, one must possess the bravery to confront adversity and challenge conventional wisdom. The legacy of Anaxagoras lies not only in his philosophical and scientific discoveries, but also in his relentless pursuit of truth. He championed a new way of understanding the world, prioritizing reason and observation. His ideas hold relevance far beyond his time, inspiring generations of philosophers, scientists, and knowledge seekers worldwide. What makes Anaxagoras a symbol of enlightenment and knowledge? It is his unique combination of philosophy and science, rational thought, and empirical observation. He was not content with merely asking questions, but was determined to seek answers, unafraid to confront challenges to deepen his understanding of the universe and humanity. In today's modern world, as humanity grapples with profound questions about existence and its place in the cosmos, Anaxagoras' ideas are increasingly valuable. He reminds us that knowledge is not a static possession, but an ongoing journey, driven by curiosity and intellect as the engines of progress. For Anaxagoras, philosophy was not merely an academic pursuit, but an art of living, a means for humans to find meaning and balance in life. Looking back, Anaxagoras was more than a philosopher or scientist. He was an inspiration, a symbol of courage and the ability to transcend boundaries. His timeless legacy reminds us that in the pursuit of knowledge, the measure of success lies not in the speed of our journey, but in how far we advance in uncovering truth and expanding our horizons. With this, Anaxagoras remains a shining beacon in the history of human thought. Anaxagoras is one of the ancient Greek philosophers who left a profound mark on the history of human knowledge through his theory of homoiomers, uniform parts. This was a bold and revolutionary concept for his time, when most thinkers relied on mythology to explain the natural world. This theory not only marked a turning point in philosophy, but also opened new doors for the later development of physics and chemistry. According to Anaxagoras, all matter in the universe is composed of infinitely small, uniform particles that cannot be further divided. He argued that everything contains a portion of everything else, accounting for the diversity and complexity observed in the natural world. For instance, a small particle of water also contains a portion of earth, fire, and air. This idea, though abstract, laid the foundation for modern theories about the structure of matter. A unique aspect of this theory is how Anaxagoras explained the transformation and interaction between substances. He believed that when uniform particles combine or separate, they form new materials observed in the world. This means that nothing truly comes into being or perishes, but rather undergoes reorganization of particles. This view aligns closely with the principle of the conservation of matter in modern chemistry, a concept developed millennia later. Anaxagoras also connected his theory with the concept of nous, mind or intellect, a supernatural force he believed to be the cause of order and motion in the universe. He posited that nous governs the arrangement and distribution of the uniform particles, ensuring that the universe does not descend into chaos. Through this concept, Anaxagoras played the role of both a philosopher and a pioneering scientist, striving to harmonize reason and nature. One of the strengths of the uniform particles theory is its ability to explain the interconnectedness of natural phenomena. According to Anaxagoras, the universe is not a collection of isolated elements, but a complex network where everything is interconnected. This idea not only challenged the outdated notions of his time, but also paved the way for the modern scientific approach, which often relies on understanding relationships among various phenomena. However, Anaxagoras' theory was not without criticism and challenges. Some argued that the idea of all matter containing a part of everything else was difficult to grasp and unverifiable. Nevertheless, his boldness and groundbreaking thinking inspired many later philosophers and scientists, including those who developed the theory of atoms. The theory of uniform particles also offers valuable lessons about how we perceive the world. Anaxagoras emphasized that to understand the complexity of the universe, we must adopt a holistic perspective, focusing not only on individual elements, but also on how they connect and interact. This perspective remains relevant today, as humanity faces global challenges requiring cooperation and broad understanding. In summary, Anaxagoras' theory of uniform particles is a testament to the greatness of human intellect in exploring and explaining the world. Though over 2 millennia have passed, his ideas continue to inspire, reminding us of the importance of thinking differently and seeking truth. Anaxagoras not only laid the groundwork for philosophy and science, but also left an invaluable legacy of curiosity and creativity, qualities essential for advancing humanity's understanding of the universe. One of Anaxagoras' most revolutionary contributions to philosophy is the concept of nous, mind or intellect. This is not merely an abstract idea, but also a significant expansion in understanding the universe and the role of reason in creating and maintaining order. For Anaxagoras, nous was not just a philosophical concept, but the central pillar of the entire intellectual framework he bequeathed to humanity. In Anaxagoras' thought, nous is regarded as a supernatural, immortal, and infinite force that serves as the primary cause of all motion and order in the universe. He asserted that nous is the only entity capable of separating and distinguishing the uniform particles in his theory of homoiomers. Through nous, the universe transitioned from an initial state of chaos to one of order and rational operation. This idea marked a distinct departure from his predecessors, who typically relied on natural elements or mythology to explain the world's movement. Anaxagoras believed that nous is the essence of intellect and the source of all understanding. This perspective suggests that he viewed the universe not just as a material entity, but also as one imbued with consciousness. Nous was not only the driving force of motion, but also the cause of all things achieving their purpose. This was a groundbreaking notion in his era, where most contemporary philosophers were still dominated by mythological concepts. The concept of nous extended beyond explaining the universe's mechanics to raising profound questions about the relationship between reason and nature. Anaxagoras argued that nous is not bound by matter, but is an independent entity capable of controlling and governing material elements. This was a bold idea, particularly in the context of ancient Greek philosophy, where thinkers often viewed the universe as the random amalgamation of natural elements. Anaxagoras' concept of nous laid the foundation for many subsequent philosophers, including Plato and Aristotle. Plato expanded upon this idea with his notions of ideal forms and the world's soul, while Aristotle employed nous to explain the universe's dynamics in his work Metaphysics. Though their approaches varied, all acknowledged that Anaxagoras' ideas represented a significant advancement in understanding the relationship between reason and the material world. The concept of nous also holds great significance in understanding the role of intellect in human life. For Anaxagoras, nous exists not only on a cosmic scale but also within each individual. He argued that the ability to reason and think distinguishes humans from other beings. This not only affirmed the value of knowledge, but also encouraged humanity to use intellect to explore and improve the world. A notable aspect of Anaxagoras' work is how he connected the concept of nous with his theory of homoiomers. While the uniform particles theory explained the composition of matter, nous explained how these particles were organized and operated. These two ideas complement each other, forming a cohesive system of thought that helps humanity understand not only the nature of things, but also their interactions within a larger order. In conclusion, Anaxagoras' concept of nous is not only a brilliant philosophical idea, but also a testament to the fusion of reason and science in exploring the universe. This thought reminds us that to understand the cosmos and our place within it, humans must continually employ intellect and logical thinking. Although more than 2 millennia have passed, the concept of nous retains its value, continuing to inspire those who seek truth and a deeper understanding of the world around them. Anaxagoras is renowned not only for his profound philosophical thought, but also for his significant contributions to science. He was one of the first ancient Greek philosophers to use observation and reasoning to explain natural phenomena rather than relying on mythology or traditional beliefs. His scientific contributions laid the foundation for modern understandings of the universe and astronomy. One of Anaxagoras' most notable discoveries was his explanation that the moon does not emit its own light, but reflects the light of the sun. This was a major advancement in astronomy, as many contemporary beliefs held that the moon's light was a divine gift. Through observation and reasoning, Anaxagoras provided a radically different, scientifically grounded explanation. This discovery not only altered humanity's perception of the moon, but also paved the way for further studies of the cosmos. Additionally, Anaxagoras was the first to scientifically explain the phenomena of solar and lunar eclipses. He proposed that solar eclipses occur when the moon blocks the sun's light, while lunar eclipses happen when the Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon. These explanations, though straightforward, entirely refuted the mythological notions of his time, such as eclipses being omens from the gods. This demonstrated that Anaxagoras possessed not only profound philosophical insights, but also a visionary scientific perspective. Anaxagoras also proposed significant ideas about the nature of stars and planets. He argued that the sun was not a god, but a massive, burning rock, and that other stars were similar to the sun but much farther from Earth. This perspective challenged the religious and spiritual beliefs of his era while marking a significant step forward in changing humanity's understanding of the universe. Another important contribution from Anaxagoras was his emphasis on the uniformity and interconnectedness of nature. He believed that all matter in the universe contains a part of everything else, and that natural phenomena could be explained through rational laws. This concept laid the groundwork for the scientific approach, where understanding a phenomenon often begins with observing and analyzing its related elements. Anaxagoras' scientific contributions extended beyond explaining astronomical phenomena, introducing a new approach to studying nature. He encouraged the use of reason and observation to understand the world, rather than relying on mythological narratives. This spirit not only shaped ancient Greek philosophy, but also profoundly influenced later scientists and philosophers, from Aristotle to Galileo Galilei. A notable aspect of Anaxagoras' scientific approach was his integration of theory and practice. He did not merely propose abstract ideas, but relied on empirical observations to support his hypotheses. This demonstrates his pioneering scientific mindset, which transcended the limitations of his time to lay the foundation for the modern scientific method. Overall, Anaxagoras' scientific contributions are not only part of his legacy, but also a testament to the connection between philosophy and science. He demonstrated that through reason and observation, humanity can achieve a deeper understanding of the world and its place within it. His ideas and discoveries continue to inspire, reminding us that science is not only a tool for explaining nature, but also a way for humanity to move closer to truth and knowledge. In Anaxagoras' philosophical system, his views on matter and transformation play a pivotal role, helping to explain how the world operates and evolves. He argued that everything in the universe is neither truly created nor destroyed, but instead transforms from one state to another through the reorganization of fundamental components. This was a revolutionary idea in the context of ancient Greek philosophy, where many thinkers still clung to mythological explanations or logically inconsistent concepts. Anaxagoras posited that all matter in the universe contains a part of everything else. This means that nothing exists independently or in isolation. He called these fundamental components homoiomeres, uniform parts, which cannot be further divided but can reorganize to form different objects. When something changes, what occurs is the reorganization of its homoiomeres. This interaction and rearrangement account for the diversity we observe in the natural world. A striking feature of Anaxagoras' view is his emphasis that transformation is not random, but governed by rational order. His concept of intellect, functions as the governing force, ensuring that all changes occur purposefully and align with natural order. The connection between nous and the homoiomeres forms a cohesive framework, explaining not only the nature of matter, but also how it moves and interacts. Anaxagoras' perspective also posed a challenge to earlier philosophers like Heraclitus and Parmenides. While Heraclitus emphasized constant change, and Parmenides argued that change is merely an illusion, Anaxagoras reconciled these views by explaining that change is not the creation or annihilation of matter, but the reorganization of its basic elements. This resolution not only addressed philosophical disputes, but also introduced a new approach to understanding the universe. Another intriguing aspect of Anaxagoras' view is how he linked ideas about matter to natural phenomena. He explained that elements such as fire, water, earth, and air are not independent entities but combinations of homoiomeres in varying proportions. This foundation influenced many later scientific theories, including chemistry and physics, as scientists sought to understand the structure and properties of matter. Anaxagoras' views on transformation also hold significant implications for understanding the nature of life. He emphasized that everything is interconnected and related, and nothing truly exists apart from the whole. This insight suggests that to comprehend a phenomenon or object, we must examine its relationships with other elements. This groundbreaking idea laid the foundation for systems thinking, widely applied today in fields ranging from natural sciences to sociology. In summary, Anaxagoras' views on matter and transformation are not only integral to his philosophical legacy but also a testament to his forward-thinking intellectual prowess. He demonstrated that understanding the universe involves not only exploring its fundamental components but also examining how they interact and transform. Anaxagoras' ideas enriched ancient Greek philosophy and continue to inspire scientific and philosophical exploration in the modern world. Anaxagoras is remembered not only for his profound philosophical ideas, but also for his monumental contributions to science and the fearless spirit he embodied in challenging traditional beliefs to pursue the truth. He was among the first philosophers to lay the groundwork for scientific thought, encouraging the use of reason and observation to understand the universe and the natural world. One of Anaxagoras' most significant influences was his pioneering of a rational approach in philosophy and science. Through the concept of new intellect, he introduced a novel explanation of cosmic order and motion, replacing the mythological and traditional notions of his time. This groundbreaking idea paved the way for subsequent philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Plato himself acknowledged Anaxagoras' concept of nous as one of the greatest inspirations for his philosophical system. Anaxagoras' ideas were not confined to philosophy. They deeply influenced natural science as well. His discoveries about the moon's light being a reflection of the sun, the scientific explanations of solar and lunar eclipses, and the nature of the sun as a massive burning rock laid the foundation for modern astronomy. Despite the lack of advanced observational tools, Anaxagoras relied on reasoning and keen observation to propose rational and accurate hypotheses. These hypotheses not only demonstrated his intellectual depth, but also served as a foundation for subsequent scientific explorations. Another significant aspect of Anaxagoras' legacy is his emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things. His assertion that everything contains a part of everything else is not merely a philosophical notion, but an idea with implications in various fields, from physics to biology and even sociology. This perspective introduced a systemic view of the world, where each element plays an integral and inseparable role in the whole. The influence of Anaxagoras extended far beyond ancient Greece, inspiring generations and transcending eras. His ideas became a source of inspiration for philosophers, scientists, and leaders in their quest to explore and transform the world. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, applied principles similar to those of Anaxagoras in his meditations to address leadership and management challenges. Anaxagoras' steadfast commitment to truth has also served as a motivation for individuals who dare to confront adversity and strive for progress. Despite fierce opposition from society and eventual exile from Athens, Anaxagoras never wavered in his belief in reason and knowledge. His life story is a testament to the power of intellect and an unyielding spirit in the pursuit of truth. He proved that even in the most challenging circumstances, one can prevail by remaining true to their values. Anaxagoras' legacy is not just about philosophical concepts or scientific discoveries, but also about the pioneering spirit and courage to challenge the boundaries of knowledge. He reminds us that in the journey of understanding, asking questions and challenging established ideas are indispensable. His contributions are not relics of the past, but continue to resonate in humanity's ongoing efforts to explore and comprehend the world. Anaxagoras stands as a symbol of the union between philosophy and science, reason, and the passion for discovery, and the limits of human understanding and the boundless potential of the intellect. Reflecting on the legacy of Anaxagoras, we see a figure who was not just a brilliant philosopher, but also a trailblazer in exploring and understanding the world through reason and observation. He opened new pathways in thought, bridging philosophy and science, leaving valuable lessons for his time and future generations. Anaxagoras was the first to break down traditional barriers, shifting from mythological explanations to theories grounded in reason. Through the concept of nous, intellect, he emphasized that the universe is not a random chaos, but a system governed by higher intelligence. This idea not only reshaped humanity's perspective of the world, but also laid the groundwork for many subsequent scientific and philosophical breakthroughs. Anaxagoras' courage in pursuing truth despite societal pressures serves as a powerful testament to the strength of belief and knowledge. Even when faced with criticism and exile, he remained steadfast in his ideals. His story is a lesson in perseverance and sacrifice for truth, reminding us that in the pursuit of knowledge, what matters is not only the outcome, but also the determination and spirit to forge ahead. His contributions to astronomy, physics, and philosophy laid the groundwork for the development of modern science. He was the first to explain that the moon's light is reflected from the sun and provided a rational theory for solar and lunar eclipses. While these discoveries may seem straightforward today, at the time, they marked a monumental leap forward, reflecting his exceptional reasoning and observational skills. Anaxagoras also emphasized that all matter in the universe is interconnected and contains a part of everything else. Although philosophical, this view laid the foundation for systemic approaches that are widely used today in various fields, from natural sciences to sociology. This idea not only deepened our understanding of the universe, but also underscored the importance of interconnectedness in every aspect of life. The legacy of Anaxagoras lies not only in his ideas and discoveries, but also in his courage, relentless curiosity, and ability to challenge traditional views. He taught us that knowledge is never self-evident, but the result of a relentless journey of questioning and seeking answers. His combination of reason, observation, and passion enabled him to transcend the limitations of his time, leaving an invaluable legacy for humanity. The ideas of Anaxagoras are not confined to history, but remain alive in the present. In today's world, where humanity faces profound challenges such as climate change, social instability, and moral crises, his ideas inspire us to reconsider our role in the universe. He reminds us that by using reason and intellect, we can confront complex problems and discover sustainable solutions. Ultimately, Anaxagoras' legacy is not only a treasure trove of knowledge, but also a call to every generation to continue exploring and understanding. He embodies the perfect harmony between philosophy and science, abstract thinking and practical application, and courage and humility in pursuing truth. With all he has left behind, Anaxagoras is not just a historical figure, but a source of inspiration for those who seek to enrich human knowledge and understanding.